Sim Growers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today we have another comic book review for you, and that comic book is, obviously, you read the title, is Spawn Origins Collection Volume 1, which I got this book pretty cheap, actually. I think I paid like $12 for it. On the back it says like $9.99 US. This book collects issues 1 through 6 of Spawn from the original run back in 1992, which is Spawn is a character obviously created by Todd McFarlane, who is one of the owners of Image. I think he still is today, and Spawn was one of their flagship characters. So if you've been on this channel for a while now, you know I reviewed the first issue of Spawn back in January when we were doing Image Month. Obviously, I didn't review this book back then because I didn't have it. I picked it up like a few months ago and kind of regretted not buying more because this book was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. And though the biggest selling point, honestly, is the cool 90s superhero art, which Todd McFarlane, if one thing Todd McFarlane can do is art, dark, gritty art. Though, like, some of his character designs in this book are kind of weak, to be honest, especially like Violator could have been a little bit better, and like Malbogia, who is the devil character that gave Spawn his superpowers. I thought his design was kind of weak, to be honest, but other than that, I thought overall the art was great. And honestly, at the price point they're selling to you, like 12 bucks or whatever for like 6 issues, that is a fantastic price when you consider, like, you know, if you were to buy like a DC or Marvel book today, for like 6 issues, you'd be paying like 24 bucks. Not gonna lie, it's like the prices nowadays are, like, you know, pretty bad. And I forgot to mention this book's cover is by, what's his name, Greg Capullo and Todd McFarlane. I think, yeah, it's Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo, I think, worked on later issues of Spawn, and he's worked on like Batman stuff. I'm pretty sure I've read some Batman books from him. So I don't know if I need to repeat what the story is for Spawn, but I will anyway. So I'll just read the back of the book. In 1992, one of the most unforgettable characters in comic books was unleashed on an unsuspecting public for the first time, and the world would never be the same. Oh my God, Todd. Suck yourself off more, why don't you? Which he does, by the way. And like, in between like the issues, there will be like snippets from some interview from Millar World where Todd McFarlane's talking about himself. So it is a little cringe. I'll just continue reading the back. Spawn is a hero unlike any other. A government agent, Al Simmons, was killed by his own men, which they don't. That's not revealed in this book, by the way. Resurrected from the depths of hell, he returns to Earth as the warrior Spawn, guarding the forgotten alleys of New York City. As he seeks answers about his past, Spawn grapples with the dark forces that return them to Earth, battling enemies and discovering unlikely allies. As he learns to harness extraordinary new powers, he begins to grasp with the full extent of what brought him back and what he left behind. The Spawn Origin series was created with the Spawn completeness in mind. Okay, I don't need to go into that. So, like, basically, the book, if you've seen the first season of the Spawn cartoon and you're wondering, okay, should I still buy this? The answer is yes, because it's completely different. Because in the TV show, they made everything interconnected with Jason Wynn, and that is not the case in this book. So obviously, the story for this book, I'll just rehash it. this Al Simmons, Black Ops mercenary, uh, dies and is brought back after he makes a deal with the devil being Malebolgia, um, to return to Earth in exchange for his soul. But he comes back to Earth as a Hell spawn, a warrior of Hell, and for like 5 years, his memories have been all scrambled up, and he's been living in the alleys with homeless people. After 5 years, he starts to remember his past life, Wanda, and in this book, he's able to this comic book, he's able to transform himself into human form because normally he looks like a zombie man. But in this book, when he transforms into a human, he can only he can't make himself look like how he used to be, which he was a African American man. And in this book, he's Caucasian, a blonde hair, blue-eyed Caucasian, and he hates it, guys. He hates being white. So, which, like, if Bianca Zombies were to read this book, he would probably hate it. He's like, I hate it because he's like, oh, I hate it when they make blonde hair, blue-eyed guys the bad guys. It's like, don't worry, dude. Like, give it a break, okay? If you were black and you woke up one day white, you would probably be pissed too. Like, let's be real. So yeah, he goes to visit Wanda, and he discovers that she married his best friend Terry Fitzgerald, who is black, not white like he was in the movie played by D.P. Sweeney, and like his old dog recognizes him, but unlike in the movie, the dog doesn't follow him back to the alley, which I'm okay with that, honestly. Though I love that dog in the movie, and he meets Cyan, which is the daughter of Terry and Wanda, and he realized all those years he was with Wanda, he was the reason why they couldn't have kids, right? So a lot of the book is like Spawn moping that that he went to hell and shit, and he's like, oh, man, what did I do to deserve to go to hell? I didn't even believe in religion. This is bullshit. Nobody deserves what I got. Keep in mind, it's like, dude, like you were a literal killer. You were a literal killer, and you don't know why you went to hell. And there's the fact he was also an atheist. Okay, but I thought that was a little dumb. What else is going on in this book is that Violator is going around ripping criminals' hearts out and framing Spawn for like the murder, so the mob will go after him. But before that, Spawn and Violator have a fight where like Spawn, it looks like Spawn gets one-shotted by Violator, where like Violator tears his heart out. But next issue, Spawn's okay and fights Violator for a while, and this is where the book gets gory, which there is lots of blood and ultraviolence. Like Spawn loses his arm, Spawn blows a hole through Violator, also cuts off his arm. But their fight gets interrupted by Malebolgia, where he tells them, where he basically lays down like what's going on there, and that he tells Spawn, hey, you're one of my warriors and you're on Earth to play like superhero and kill bad guys so I can recruit them for my Hell Army so we can take down God, basically. So as a Christian, already we're getting in blasphemous territory here, which I'm not okay. And like obviously, despite knowing that hey, every bad guy he kills is just gonna join Malebolgia's army, he goes around killing people. One of the people he kills is Billy Kincaid, who is a serial killer of children, who Sam and Twitch, which are the two detective characters in the book, very, very kind of similar to like Gordon and Bullock from the DC comics, but if their roles were reversed, where if like the Bullock character was the main was the guy in charge, and like you know Gordon was like his like lackey. Though Twitch is kind of Twitch is kind of like he's like a thinner, like scrawny, like he's like a scrawny, like short version of Jim Gordon. He does have like a nice sense of humor, but I thought it was weird. Like they were tailing the Billy Kincaid character, and it's like the guy's like offering to use one of his 7 kids as bait to lure out the serial killer, which it turns out they didn't even need to anyway, because like Spawn just kills him. But it's like, wow, dude, like you were gonna use one of your own kids as bait to kill the serial killer, and it's like, and that whole like arc in the comic book, the Billy Kincaid arc, where like where his character is very different from the TV show, where he was like the son of a senator. In the comic book, he killed the daughter of a senator, and because the senator was so hated, they, despite the fact that the Billy Kincaid killed like 20 kids, but they couldn't find proof of that. They decided to only give that Billy Kincaid like 10 years in prison, and he was released on good behavior after 6, because I guess they just hated the senator who cheated on his wife. By the way, that was his only controversy. So much that the courts and the judges were like, yeah, we'll let the dude who the serial killer who killed that senator we hated's daughter off light because we hate him so much. It's like, wow, dude, I have like, would that happen in real life? I don't know, but that's messed up, dude. That's where we kind of like got to where we got on like what's it called, jumping the shark or whatever territory, where like I'm supposed to believe they would like they would let like a child serial killer off lightly because like he killed like a politician's daughter that everybody hated. Wow, dude, that's so dumb. But yeah, that's also at the end of the book you get like they introduce Overkill, who's this cyborg hitman that fights Spawn, actually kicks Spawn's ass, because Spawn cannot use, despite the fact that he has really strong magic powers. His magic powers are limited, and like if he runs out of his power, he dies. So he learns from like the bullshit. He has to limit his powers. He doesn't have like a mentor like he did in the movie and the cartoon, right? Which I'm pretty like, will he show up later? I don't fucking know. I'm guessing. So overall, I did enjoy the book. I had problems here and there. I did like there'll be like exposition in the comic book by these 3 talking heads from the news, and like one's like a CNN kind of chick, one's like a gay guy from ET, and like another one, I don't know if he's supposed to be Fox or whatever. It says to today, so I don't know what that's supposed to be like referring to, but it's like, yeah, that guy was pretty cool. So he comes off kind of like a right-wing conspiracy guy. I thought that guy was cool. Though, like, at one point he's like, yeah, let Billy Kincaid go so we can get Shadowhawk to like take care of him. Which Shadowhawk is another character. Yeah, they name drop a lot of Image characters off this book, like Eric Larson's Savage Dragon, Rob Liefeld's Youngbloods, constantly with Youngbloods. Oh my god. Which I read a Youngblood comic book. I was not too impressed. Not either by the writing or the art. Both were fucking pretty bad. which sucked because I was gonna pick up Rob Liefeld's like X Force, where like Cable's like the leader of the team, which I can pick up like the there's like a collection for sale, like a collection book for sale for like $60 and comes with like 18 issues of X Force, and I don't know if I'm going to pick that up because the art just looks so fucking bad. Not the art wasn't so. The art looks lazy. The art style I think is kind of cool. The art looks lazy, and the writing, Rob Liefeld's writing is pretty bad. And the writing in this book is kind of lacking too, because especially the narration. And then there's like the narration's pretty bad, and I'll like constantly whining about like his wife and bullshit was kind of dumb. But overall, I enjoyed the book, and I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Though honestly, dude, like I said in the beginning of the review, that high rating mostly from the fact that you have really cool art, and it's at a really great price. Like $10 for like a 6-issue trade paperback. That's a very generous deal. I'm not gonna lie. So and like obviously most people know that Spawn is basically Rule of Cool. So you're not gonna get like like what's his name? You're not gonna get like Alan Moore, Grant Morrison, deep writing and like metaphors and shit. It's basically just Rule of Cool. So if you don't mind, if you're a fan of Rule of Cool, you're gonna love this book. All right, guys, peace. I just dropped my wireless mic, my wireless mouse.